the E3 Gaming Convention, the things you could see if you were headed that way. Andy Taylor is here with a look. We'll be right back.
Right now, keeping it local, you're watching Fox 11 News Daybreak.
All right, Andy Taylor here with a look. A lot of stuff here, right? But we want to first talk about the E3 convention. There's a lot going on here.
Entertainment Expo is huge. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars are invested in games, hardware, technology, software every year, and new technology is being introduced. The show doesn't actually start till tomorrow. Runs for a couple of days, but all of the press conferences have been held over the last few days. Microsoft, having theirs yesterday, introduced Halo Infinite, which a lot of Halo fans are really excited about. And they're also announcing a new Xbox, which is nice for the consumer because now if you go to look for a new Xbox console, you're going to see the prices reduced right now. They've reduced them ahead of the conference.
Where was that around Christmas time?
Exactly. Which is the big question. Where was Nintendo Entertainment Console around Christmas time? Everybody wanted to get their hands on it. People were spending upwards of $1,000 to get their hands on one, and it sold for $60.
I remember.
Well, Nintendo has announced they are going to re-release it and put it back out starting July 29th, or June 29th. So for everybody who didn't get their hands on a Nintendo Classic, they're going to be able to, and they say they'll have enough to cover the end of the year, and they'll only be $60.
Because remember what happened with the NES Classic, the first one?
Right.
It was a disaster.
Well, that's the one, and that's the one that's coming back.
That's good.
And this is the Super NES console. Now, if you remember, the consoles were a little bigger. It comes with 22 games, one of them Star Fox 2, which was never released, but it has Donkey Kong, Country, and all that. I prefer the original games on the classic, with the one you got, right?
Exactly.
I love that. And it has, for $300, you spent the money.
Yeah, I did.
And it has the full-size controllers, which is good because if you scaled it to what the original size was, these controllers would be this big, which is not good.
It wouldn't end well.
Which also makes it fun if you have kids at home and they just want to play, but you don't want to tie up your smartphone. You've got all kinds of fun little games that'll give you a touch of your nostalgia. This one, called Frogger,
I love Frogger,
plugs right into the HDMI port on your computer or your screen, and they can play with the keyboard or the joystick, everything included, and the game. This is a micro player of Ms. Pac-Man, if you remember that. It's a little small, but it's fun. You know, you're sitting at your desk, you take a break, you can do that. But if you really want to go small, look at this guy.
Look at that.
This is Ms. Pac-Man for a keychain.
For a keychain.
And it actually works. I mean, you could play it.
Wow.
It has the sound effects, the whole bit.
How do you even see it? That's impressive.
Right?
Nicholas?
My fingers are too fat. I tried playing it, and I kept dying.
That's not ending well.
But if you want to enhance your game experience, hardware can do it too. Here's some good things with games like Fortnite and Battle Royale games, which are going to be coming out like crazy next year. You've got keyboard from Corsair, mechanical keyboard. Gives you the ability to feel the touch while you're playing. Gives you better gameplay. And of course, a headset from Kingston that gives you overall gaming experience.
Really quick, how much does this stuff go for?
Well, this varies. I mean, this is $14, this little guy, all the way up to about $30. The classics you can pick up for $80.
And then the NES Classic will be out later this month for $60.
Yes, and that will only be $60. Not in time for Father's Day, but it will be out.
Wes is playing.
Wes wants to play. 22 great games on here, so you can have some fun.
Very cool. All right, Andy Taylor, thank you. Wes?
Wrong controller.
Wrong controller. That's why he was not going well. All right. It is 8:19. We'll be right back. What game are you playing? Can I play?